Hi guys, Lady Scorpio Nails here. Hope you're all doing well wherever you are in the world. So today, as you can see, I'm showing you these Starbucks stickers. We're going to be doing some Starbucks inspired nails. And I'm pretty excited because I'm a huge coffee lover, so these are pretty close to my heart. I'm just using this 4-in-1 Beatles gel, not Beatles, 4-in-1 Model 1 gel glue to glue my tips on. Um, so these tips are absolutely amazing. I've recently just discovered them, and they're from Novo Ovo, and these I believe are the 2XL, I think, sculpted stiletto. And oh my god, when I say the points on these things were sharp, they were sharp, they were deadly. You probably could use them as weapons, like, no joke. So yeah, it felt very like villainy kind of vibes with these like length of nails on. It's definitely something I couldn't wear personally in a day-to-day basis. But as always, I've got my peel off base coat on, and as you know, if you've been here before, that's for content purposes because I create content, and it's not something that I want to keep on my hand permanently, even though sometimes I love some of the designs that I do. It's just like not manageable to keep that length. So as you can see there, I'm going under a flash cure lamp, and this is basically just to secure my nails on my hand. You will want to go into a big lamp after you've got all 5 or all 10 nails on, and actually give them a full cure for 60 seconds. This is basically just so that they hold, so you don't have to keep holding down the actual tip, if that makes sense. It's kind of like a flash cure, so it just keeps them in place where you've put them. But really enjoyed these tips. They fit so nicely, and I couldn't recommend them more. Now, Novo have a website, and they also have an Amazon store, and that's currently where I get mine from, is Amazon, just because of the convenience of the fast shipping with Prime. This is not by any means a sponsored video. If it was, I would tell you. There would be, you know, this is literally just my personal opinion on these tips. I absolutely love these tips. The quality is just amazing. They feel really sturdy, and I definitely would look forward to actually having a full set of nails on using these tips. And in fact, in my next video that I will have coming hopefully in the next week or so, they will also be Novo Ovo tips, and they feel just as good a quality. They will be a long set again, just because I feel like sometimes with, because like I'm like more of a short to medium kind of girl nail. I can't really wear anything too long in real life because they just get in the way. But yeah, it's one of them things, like, I enjoy doing the long nails. It's just not something that I could wear permanently. So I think that's probably why I do a lot of the videos like that I do with like longer tips on. I don't always do long tips, but I think that's why I do longer sets. I mean, to be honest, the ones that I'm doing next will need to be long just because of the design that I've got in mind, um, and the space that would be needed. So yeah, I'm just getting all these glued on, and then once they have all been flash cured and they're glued on and settled the way that I like, then please excuse my phone, it's just dinged. I've got to put it on vibrate before I started voiceovering. Yeah, once they're all glued on the way that I like, then I'll go into the big lamp for 60 seconds. Which, I mean, you won't see me do because I do that off camera. Cut all that out because it's just extra time that is not needed. Plus, you'd be literally staring at nothing. So now they're all cured and on my nails, and you know, fully secure. I'm just gonna take. Really, they didn't need shaping. but I just wanted to kind of just touch the edges up a little bit, so I kind of just went in with a file, 150 file, and I'm just taking that along all of the edges, and then I believe I come in with a small buffing block and just take the shine off all the surface. Now again, that's not necessary because these tips are actually made of gel, and gel actually sticks to gel, but I do that as just an extra layer of security, I suppose, to keep like the adhesion of the gel polish on top of the tip. And then I will wipe over with a lint-free pad and some alcohol just to get rid of any dust and dirt that may have come off filing and also buffing. So I'll let you just watch and then I'll be back. Right, so pretty much every colour, every nail is getting a base coat of this colour. It's A256 from Beetles Gel Polish, just like a really nice, like kind of like peachy nude. The thumb, the middle and the ring finger all get a second coat of this, but the pointer and the pinky finger don't get a second coat of this, and you will see why in a bit, because I kind of use it just as like a base colour because we're going in with something different on them nails. But as in regards to the thumb and the ring and the middle finger, they're all going to get 2 coats. So what I do is go through all my nails 1 to 5, do a 60-second cure, then they'll come out, and then I'll give the thumb, the middle and the ring finger a second coat, and then I'm pretty sure I'll give the thumb, the middle and the ring finger a wipe with a lint-free pad and some alcohol. sorry, I was wrong. I didn't wipe them, but hey ho. Right, this is a gorgeous colour called Igloo from LiQWYD. I actually received this in last year's advent calendar and I was just blown away by it. Now, it is a pretty chunky glitter gel, so I do suggest if you're going to use this on your nails, obviously because I'm just creating content, it really didn't matter, but it is quite a chunky glitter formula, so it's not a smooth, like when you apply it, it's not like the bits of mylar flakes can stick up and become quite pointy and sharp. So I would suggest that if you were going to get this and use it, you would maybe put like a clear builder gel over the top, or maybe a couple of layers of like a thicker top coat, just so that you had an even like smooth surface. Now I didn't do that because again, like I said, I'm not wearing these nails long term, it's literally just for the video's sake. So I skipped that step. The only thing they get is a layer of top coat, actual top coat in a bit. Um, because I'm going to be putting some stickers on the thumb and the ring finger, which I'm painting with this Igloo colour. It's absolutely stunning, and I definitely would use it in more sets. And if I was to do this on my natural nails, or like nails that I was wearing for a couple of weeks or even a week, say, I would definitely put like some kind of builder gel over the top so that I could then give it a buff and then top coat them so that they were smooth and like there was no pieces of mylar sticking out of it and causing like a rigid edge. That's all I'd say. So they've just got a cure for 60 seconds. I think I do go in and wipe them now, which in hindsight is probably a bit of a stupid idea because I was like, my pad probably would have like got ripped up a little bit from the sharp bits of mylar, but it didn't. It was fine, so I was very thankful for that. So I'm just showing you now on the pointy and the pinky. We're going with that colour there. That was 163, and again that nude base colour and a milky white from Born Pretty. The first colour was from Beetles Gel Polish again. So the idea I'm going with on these nails is, um, obviously if you're someone that wears nails or someone that is a nail tech yourself, you'll know that there's a popular trend that's kind of like milk baths. It's called like a milk bath, so it's like all milky. So like you've got like designs underneath it and it's all milky. So what I decided to do was in the background, because we will be putting stickers on these nails, in the background I'm just taking that blooming gel, a thin layer of it. You don't want too much of a thick layer because it'll go everywhere, because that's the whole point. It blooms the gels out, like spreads it out. So I'm just taking the milky white, putting a few dots of that everywhere on my nail because I do come in with a dotting tool and kind of marble them all together in a bit. And then I will take the pink kind of orangey peachy colour, take that, and then I take the nude as well and just, and that's why we didn't give these a second coat, because it was pretty pointless because we were going in with all these colours um, on top of that, so I didn't see the point in giving it a second coat when we were kind of going in with the same thing anyway. So what we'll do is we'll mix all this up now, and eventually we'll see me going back in on this nail because I felt like the top of the nail didn't have enough of that kind of like corally pinky colour. So I was like, right, I need to add some more, because obviously I was more happy with like how the pinky ended up looking, and that's got like more of the corally colour in it. So then I was like, right, I need to put some more on the pointer finger. So, but yeah, I'm gonna go and do that again on the pinky. So again, going in with that thin layer of blooming gel and then the three colours, just mixing it up, and then I'll be putting it in the lamp for a 60-second cure, and then I'll be back. Pretty sure I do give these a wipe after they come out of the lamp as well. secured now, and I'm going to give them a wipe with some rubbing alcohol and a lint-free pad. And this is because, like I said, we're going to go in with stickers. Now, a lot of people think that stickers should be stuck to a tacky layer, but that's not true. They don't stick well with the tacky layer. You need to make sure it's either been top coated beforehand and then you seal the sticker in with a top coat, or it's got no tacky layer on it. So you just get rid of the tacky layer and it's just like the gel that's been cured. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get these Starbucks logos and put one on my ring finger and one on my thumb as well. We do come in again a bit later on with another Starbucks logo, but I'll leave that as a bit of a surprise because we do, you've probably noticed I've not done anything with the middle finger other than give it two layers of gel, so we come in with something quite special on the middle finger in a bit, so I'll wait until we get to that bit. But yeah, as you can see, if I go out of frame, I do apologise, it's just me trying to get, because I love stickers, like they make life so much easier, but then, because originally I was going to try and draw these logos, and then I was like, oh my god, I remember I've got a Starbucks sticker sheet, and like I said, don't get me wrong, I love stickers, they make life 10 times easier, but sometimes they're so fiddly and they don't get, like this, that wasn't in the position I wanted, so then I had to pick it back up and like try and reposition it, and then it was like wanting to stick to my glove, I wasn't happy with it, so very fiddly. But what I end up doing is, after I've stuck these stickers down, I go in with a top coat that I've got. It's quite thick compared to the other top coats I've got, so what I end up doing is just doing like one layer over the thumb and the ring finger just to seal in them stickers so they can't peel up and go anywhere. So yeah, I'll just let you watch while I do it. Right, so we've just finished doing them. They're both top coated. They had 60 seconds in the lamp. And now we're going in with the strawberry sticker sheet. Now I'm going to be putting strawberries on the two nails that I did the kind of like swirly pattern on, marble pattern. And I'm doing this because this is going to, like I said, it's going to be the milk bath nail. So what I'm going to do is, once I've put them stickers where I want them and I'm happy with it, I'm then going to take the milky white gel polish I've got from Born Pretty, and I'm going to put a layer of that over the top. I'm not going to go too heavy with it because obviously you can go quite thick with it, and if you go thicker with it, it's going to be more cloudy, like I said, like the milk bath. Whereas like I wanted to still be able to see what was underneath, but like still have that cloudiness, if that makes sense. So the reason I did this was because obviously they've got like the famous, especially like around this time of year, they've got like the famous like summer drinks where it's all like, you know, like the strawberry ones, like the coolers kind of situations. And a lot of people do like them. Now, personally, I've never had one because every time I go to Starbucks, it's got to be something coffee related. So, but they look really nice. They do look nice. So that's kind of where I was going with this idea for this design. Again, I'm sorry I'm off screen, but you're not missing anything. I'm literally just trying to pick a sticker up off the sticker sheet. So I think I do come back into frame. Yeah, there you go. But yeah, it's all trial and tribulation, but I think like the main star of this set is definitely the middle finger, which you will see me do after I've finished these. Now, when I put the milky white gel polish on top of these, it is kind of like they do come out with a non-tacky layer, so like you could just leave it at that. They were shiny, they were glossy, but I did just end up top coating them as well, so the milky white layer will get 60 seconds in the lamp, and then I'll go in with the top coat and that'll get a further 60 seconds in the lamp. So now I'm just pulling out A08, and that's from Beetles Gel Polish. Now it's a nice brown colour, but I was like, I want it a bit lighter. And to be honest, I don't have many browns in my collections because it's not really a colour I tend to go for. Even in like autumn time, it's very unlikely I go and pick a brown gel polish up. So I have got the occasional odd one. And just going in and mixing some of this white from Glitter Planet in with it. Also, another great place to get products from, Glitter Planet. 100% support them so much, and I've been watching, because it's a YouTuber that runs it, she's called Lorna, and I've been watching her Ninja Nails channel for like absolute years, and she's amazing, and I love all the products I've ever got from Glitter Planet, so highly recommend her company. So, and again, that's not paid, that's just a personal opinion. So I'm just messing about now, trying to find my nail mate, which is, again, that's Glitter Planet. Trying to find my nail mate brush, which is an absolute lifesaver. I literally use this all the time for like nail art, and it's like one of the best nail art brushes I've ever had. It's dual ended, so there's one side that's a bit longer and then one side that's a bit shorter. So basically, I'm just taking that colour that I mixed up and I'm gonna create like the outline of like a Starbucks cup, and then basically fill it in with that same colour. So you want to imagine like kind of like an upside down, whereas a cone like goes like fatter on the top and then like thinner on the bottom. That's kind of what you want to go for, but obviously not the cone shape. You want to go for more of like an actual cup shape. So like my favourite drink from Starbucks is like usually either like a frappuccino or some kind of like colder drink, just because that's my personal preference. I do like the hot drinks as well though, but it's usually like a, I don't know, like a caramel or a cookies and cream or something I'll go for. But I'm just filling that in, perfecting it, and then that's going to get a 60-second cure in the lamp. That's just come out of the lamp, and I'm gonna use some of this solid extension nail glue gel. Now this can be used as a glue gel, but it can also be used as an extension gel, it's literally so versatile. So my idea with this is that I'm gonna create like so I kind of do make it 3D, the cup aspect of it. So I kind of make it look like the coffee is sat in the cup. So when I'm putting this on my nail, you will see that I kind of like take the I take the gel and I put it on, and I take a silicone tool after that. Sorry, I'm just messing about with it in my fingers. I'm trying to get it not to stick to my gloves, because it does have a habit of trying to, even though it says non-stick, it still tries to stick to my glove once you start warming it up with your hands. So I did have too much on there, so I took that off camera, and I'm just taking this silicone tool, and unfortunately I'm just out of shot at the minute, but I do come back into it. But basically I'm just creating like a layer around like the cup that I've drawn, and I'm just like smoothing everything out and making sure it looks cup shaped, if that makes sense. So like obviously anyone that drinks like Starbucks will know like frappuccinos and stuff come with like whipped cream usually, and like sauce or drizzle on top of your whipped cream. So I'm going to be doing that as well, but this is the first step. So I'm just kind of patting and putting it to where I want it to be. So like on the sides and the bottom, I kind of overlap it from where I've drew, if that makes sense. So I kind of make sure there's like a clear edge, so that it makes it look more like there's actual coffee in a cup, in like a clear cup, if that makes sense. So you might be able to see a bit better in a second what I mean, but I wanted I wanted it to look like there was actual coffee in the cup, if that makes sense. So I'm just doing that, and then once I'm happy with that, I'm going to put it in the lamp for 60 seconds, cure it, and then I'm going to wipe it, give it a quick buff, and then wipe it again, because then I'll be going in on the top of the cup with another Starbucks sticker, but a slightly smaller one. as you can see there, I've put the sticker on it, and it's a little bit smaller than the ones I've got on my thumb and my ring finger, so I'm just going to seal that in with some top coat. Now I do kind of just go over the entire nail because it doesn't really matter at this point. I kind of just wanted everything to be sealed in, and like when I do the whipped cream element in a minute, once I'm happy with everything that I've done on that bit, I then top coat it again. At the moment I'm using that same top coat from earlier that was like the thicker consistency, but when I top coat it at the end, when I'm like finally done, I use a thinner top coat, and that's just so I'm not making more bulk on the nail. So I'm happy with that, so that'll go in the lamp for 60 seconds, and then when that's done, which it is, I'm just pointing out that I'm gonna do like the bits above it, a little top coat and a little whipped cream and that. So I'm just getting that milky white again, which this milky white's coming in very handy. So, and I'm gonna mix that with some rhinestone glue from my cart, and this dries completely tack free as well, even so I didn't even really need top coat, but either way I did it. So I'm just struggling to squeeze some of that out of the tube because it is pretty hard to get out of the tube. And if you've noticed I've got no glove on that hand now, it's because the sticky non-stick gel like completely ruined my glove. So I do apologise. I usually do keep my glove on, but it completely ruined it, so I had to take it off. I'm just giving my brush an extra wipe before I mix that up. And then basically what I'm going to do is like roughly draw the outline of it first, give that a 30-second cure. I'm not doing 60 because it's only a thin, like kind of rough outline of like what I want it to be, and then I end up going back in with more layers and just curing each of them for 60 seconds as well. I mean, it does look like a lot, but the thing is that it'd be getting a full cure either way at the end with the top coat. So it's, and like I said, I'm not wearing these nails permanently, so it's not something that fusses me. So I've done like a rough outline. I've just cured for 30 seconds, and then I'm gonna make like, if you imagine like whipped cream, it's like all swirly in it, so I'm gonna make like 3 individual lines so it kind of looks like it's swirling rather than it being like just all filled in all at once. So that got a 30-second cure again. I'm doing like the second kind of, I wouldn't say tier, but like layer, which is a bit higher up. Now it doesn't really matter how you do this. You could do this, like I was thinking about doing it with 3D gel clay, and I didn't end up doing it with that because I thought, well, I don't need it to be mega 3D. If I wanted it to be really 3D, then yeah, that's, you know, something I could do. But again, like I said, I just went with this option. So I'm just pulling out a green that's quite similar to the Starbucks logo, 323 from Your Sugar, and this is like the closest green I had. It was a little bit brighter, I think, than the Starbucks logo, but just getting a bit of that out. And then I'm basically just going to paint on a straw at the side. Now, I apologise because you can't really see what I'm doing, but I do come back into frame once I've drew it. I think it's because it was so small, I needed it to be closer to my face, so I had to like pull it to see what I was doing. It's so bad, but yeah, I'm really loving how this set turned out either way. So I'm just mixing 2 colours, D473 and E7 E767. They're both from Beetles Gel Polish. Both cat eye as well, but I didn't like activate the cat eye or anything like that. I just wanted to use the actual colour of the gel polish, so just mixed a little bit of the brown with like more of the like champagne colour. I was using this as like the drizzle colour, so I mixed it up, and I was like, that's kind of similar to the coffee colour, but I just went with it either way. So I just dot it about, kind of like well, I did try to like drizzle it, but that's not how it works. Do you know what I mean? So I just dotted it where I was happy with, and then I just cured that. Give that a quick 30-second cure, because these layers are not thick, so it should cure fine. And again, this is the thinner top coat I was talking about. I don't put it in frame because it's like literally the last nail that needs top coat, but I just wanted to make sure I'd sealed everything that I'd done in, and that was like the final step. So that gets put in the lamp for 60 seconds once I'm happy with the top coat of it. And then this is the final result, guys. I'm pretty happy with these. Like I said, they're super long. Definitely couldn't wear these in real life because I would just not be coping. I was trying to find a way to show you like different angles, so like zoom my camera out at one point, and then I was like, no, that doesn't look right. So the best kind of angle is probably at the end when I don't have my display palette in my hand, and I'm actually just showing you like a closer up version of it, which, you know, but hopefully all you guys enjoyed today's video. I won't be posting for maybe a week or two, just because I'm taking some personal time, but hopefully you all enjoyed it, and hopefully give you some creative inspiration in some way. And I hope wherever you are in the world you're having a great day, and thank you all again for the support. It's been amazing, and I'm getting closer to 50 subscribers now, so happy. Bye guys.